Hey, it's Christopher, Mono County Library Director and co-host of the Oxygen Starved podcast. It's Book Talk Friday, and this time I've chosen two sweet debut novels guaranteed to lift your spirits. The first is The Patron Saint of Second Chances by Christine Simon. It just came out in April. Now, it's set in picturesque, historic, tiny Italian town that unfortunately has equally historic water pipes. And unless the self-appointed mayor, Signor Speranza, can raise the money to fix them, the Water Commission will completely shut off water to the town. So, in a bid to raise tourism money, he starts a harmless rumor that a popular movie star, Dante Rinaldi, will be filming his next project in the area. The town, of course, is full of characters straight from Characterville, so cue the hijinks. Soon, every one of his neighbors wants a piece of this movie, the movie that they don't know isn't real. So Speranza finds himself backed up against a wall to make a fake movie shoot a reality, involving everyone in town. Only what will happen when his neighbors realize Dante Rinaldi isn't showing up? Or worse, as the publisher blurb puts it, what if he does? The Patron Saint of Second Chances garnered great reviews for a debut novel, including multiple starred reviews and comparisons to the likes of Frederick Bachman. The seal of approval that means the most to me, of course, is this one, a cover blurb by Julia Claiborne Johnson describing it as a rare treasure, both hilariously funny and beautifully written. Julia, of course, is the author of one of my favorite books from last year, Better Luck Next Time, and not only is she a pal, I've learned that if she recommends a book, I'm gonna read it. And speaking of great books from last year, this leads me to my pick for the older title this time, another fun read that was a debut novel and that I mentioned on the podcast last year. The Funny Thing About Norman Foreman by Julietta Henderson. It's a sweet, funny debut story with not just a heartwarming ending, but many smaller lifts throughout as Norman and his mom, Sadie, a single mom, embark on an unlikely quest that gets them out of their comfort zones and helps them grow as individuals and as a family. Norman is a bit of an awkward 12-year-old, not quite child, not quite teen, who has finally found his Rolls Royce of best friends and classmate Jax, who is a bit wilder and more extroverted. The two are obsessed with becoming a comedy duo and set out an elaborate 5-year plan to make it happen. But then Jax dies, and as he copes with his own grief, Norman decides he needs to go through with a version of that comedy plan as a tribute to his best friend, even though Norman was the straight man, not the one delivering the punchlines. Norman determines he is going to do a comedy set at the celebrated Edinburgh Comedy Festival. He also decides he needs to finally ask his mother who his father is, which sets up Sadie's conundrum. It's a topic she's avoided for 12 years and realizes she can no longer, and thus the story rolls off. Told in alternating voices of Sadie and Norman, you're in the minds of both, which helps you understand their individual motivations as they embark on the roundabout journey to Edinburgh. They are surrounded by a motley and ever-growing supporting cast of characters who help move things along, and ultimately it's a heartwarming journey with the right mix of humor and poignancy and promise that leaves the reader with that sense of uplift I mentioned. This would of course be a great book for parents, but it's also a good read for anyone who remembers that part of their childhood when they were just beginning to emerge as their own person with their own ambitions. This is The Funny Thing About Norman Foreman by Julietta Henderson. This is The Patron Saint of Second Chances by Christine Simon. Two great debut novels you can find at Mono County Libraries. Come in and grab these or another great book to read. In the meantime, stay safe and happy reading.